All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So it's been a long week and I've missed you all, but glad to be making these videos again. Today we're going to look at IDEX, FFIE, and NNDM. So look, I'll be honest, I am a little surprised that we saw this 14% gain on Monday. It looked like we were going to lose the 20 moving average. I was actually very much talking about this thing coming down into the sevens, and it looks like it did. Did it hit the sixes? No, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, things were looking scary, but very glad to see this thing make the recovery it did. I don't think FFIE is looking quite as good. I don't think it looks bad, but I think that one still has a little bit of work to do. And then NNDM, this one came in while I was sick. This one's a viewer request. There's a lot of really interesting things definitely happening on NNDM, so I am excited to talk about that one. But again, before we go any further, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this thing on the internet, like this thing, comment. Look, anything you can do really does help me out with these YouTube algorithms. Nonetheless, you know I appreciate you being here so much, okay? So look, let's get into it. And really, the story was the 100 moving average for a good while, all right? It tries to break it, actually gets over it a couple times, but really never was able to break it enough, you know what I mean? And we basically start kind of going, like we oscillate on the thing. There's really no other way of saying it. We go up and down it for about 2 weeks. We definitely lose it. I was a little worried we were going to come basically to here. I thought we were going to come to the sixes the last time I made the video. And yeah, luckily the 20 moving average really did the job, okay? We lose it here. This right here is not confirmation that we've lost the 20. If this thing came down a little bit on Friday, I for sure would have expected a minus 14 or whatever and like headed to this, right? But hey, I'm glad we were able to at least kind of come back up. And hey, that's what, in my opinion, helped propel this thing back over the 20. Are we over the 8? We're not. We're just under the 8. You can see the 8's pretty much right there, and we're just under it, right? So I'm glad we're over the 20. I'm sad we're under the 8. End of the day, we got to get into this. Oh, man, it's a relatively... See, this is the one thing I hate. I have to, like, guess what that next decimal is, right? So here's 8. Oh, it just turned to 9. Okay, so we basically need, like, a 9... 9.3 even, and I think a 0.93, that's where we need to close. A 0.93 would really put us over the lines that this thing needs to get in. Look, I still think 11 is going to be the more important number. That's my cat in the background. Hopefully that's not too annoying. But yeah, if we can get to 11, that's obviously going to be better because we'll very much smash these 3, right? But look, it's been no joke getting over this 100 moving average. I think it's really important to remember it's no joke getting over that 100 moving average, right? So there's no guarantee that it's going to happen on Wednesday. I will say, look, I'm glad MACD's at least in the positive. RSI doesn't look horrible. I wish green was over red on both of them. That's definitely not the case on either. And really, volume's been a little weak, right? So obviously, there's a lot of volume despite it being weak, right? Like we're still getting 57 million shares traded, which is a lot, right? But yeah, we need to be in the 100 somethings, right? So yeah, I'll be honest, this is one of those moments where like I wish I had more indicators and I would look at one of my, better stacks, right? But just based on what we're looking at here, honestly, I'm not 1,000%, I'm really not. Where are we compared to the top of this? Yeah, we still haven't broken that. That's actually give or take where we wicked as well. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know. I am being really honest with you here. This 100 moving average has been 3 weeks of difficulty. I just don't know if we're going to break it. And look, let's be honest. Let's say Wednesday breaks it, okay? I care less about Wednesday breaking it than Thursday's follow through. Because look, we've broken it once nicely before, couldn't do it the days after and end up coming back down, right? So yeah, if Wednesday closes, let's even say Wednesday closes at 10. All right, let's say that happens. I legit care more about Thursday's follow through than that close tomorrow. Okay, so do keep that in mind. But yeah, for me, it is all this 100 moving average. Okay, and look, end of the day, though we got over the 20, we still need to confirm this as well, right? Like, there's a lot happening right here with these 3 moving averages. I'm very curious to see what Monday's going to do. And again, what does after hours look like? Came down after hours. Again, you know, I don't care too much about after hours, but just curious to see what it was. I'm telling you, I am not certain here. I would need more indicators, but one more time, has to get over the 100. You have to believe it's gotten over the 100, and if that can happen for real, it becomes an 11-cent target followed by, what is that, a 16-cent target, and that's almost a 50% jump from the 9 cents that we're at, right? Like if it was 8 cents, that would be a 50% right there, right? So there's some interesting things happening for sure. And like just zooming out, it's been a very, very long time since we've been over that blue line, right? So again, just don't underestimate the difficulty of it, but understand the importance of it if it does happen, okay? Ooh, very interesting weekly. As it sits right now, obviously the week has started. We are over the 20 moving average on the weekly. I like that a lot. And really, that is give or take what the 100 looked like on the other one, right? It's been a long time since we've been over the 20 on the weekly. It's been a long time since we've been over the 100 on the daily. I'm glad to see we at least were able to break it here so far. Still early in the week, a lot can still happen, right? But this is actually really positive. This is very positive to see. I'm trying to think if this makes me believe that we're going to break the 100 now just because I see this, and this looks good. All right, MACD is not positive. It's definitely still negative, but green over red, volume's all right, I guess. But yeah, I like where we're at comparatively with the 20 moving average. This one's interesting. I think Wednesday will be really telling, and again, Thursday's confirmation actually will matter way more than what Wednesday does. Sorry about that. My wife came in and she's also sick and was coughing. So I do think that that is enough for IDEX, and we'll come into FFIE. Okay, again, this is what I remembered with FFIE. So we are under all 5 moving averages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colorful lines under all 5 of the colorful lines. You do not want your money under the moving averages, all right? So to me, that already is a bad thing, okay? It's not something we want. Again, I talked about offerings, and look, for me, an offering is not a bad thing. The issue just really, sorry, my cat's in the background. Let me just move her toy. All right, cool. Sorry about that. So yeah, like I said, when you're under all 5 moving averages, generally that scares me a lot, okay? There was an offering made, and look, I'm not one that's worried about offerings, but when you're a sub-dollar stock, when you do an offering, it kind of seems like you're going to do a reverse split really soon, right? So I think this is what a bad reaction to offerings looks like. This is being under all the moving averages. And look, end of the day, I really, really, really would not touch this stock unless this thing can get over 29 cents. You gotta get over a few of these moving averages for me to just generally give you my hard-earned money, all right? When you can get over the 8 and the 20 and you can start making your way up, good things happen. When you fall under them, man, it is a bad thing. And let's be honest, I gotta believe after 15 cents, that's all-time lows, right? Yeah, for sure. So sorry, not hourly. If we lose this, that's game over. That's gonna just fall deeper and deeper into the hole, you know what I mean? So not too much to talk about on FFIE. If you really want to know the truth, this scares me. This looks really ugly. It's under all the moving averages on the daily, under all the moving averages on the weekly. This weekly at least says, hey, maybe 26 cents might be worth an entry because that's where the 8 is roughly. But again, I think for me, I really wouldn't touch this thing under like 29 cents or 30 cents. So I'm not going to waste too much more time on FFIE. NNDM. All right, nano dimensions. Look, few things happening here. The first one was this thing drops really good earnings, okay? I'm not here to tell you my opinions of the earnings. My opinions of earnings don't matter, and generally I have no idea what they are. I'm not looking at earnings reports or stuff like that, right? I love that this thing has broken all 5 moving averages and continues to go up. It's literally the opposite of FFIE, right? When I say if you're under it all, I would never want my money there. Man, if you're over all of them, that's where I want my money. You know what I mean? And that's a sexy, sexy MACD that's looking to just take off, all right? RSI is a little high. It's in the 70s. But again, you know I don't start to worry till like the 80s or whatnot, right? So this thing actually could still keep pushing if it wants. You know what I mean? So I could very much see this coming down a little bit still because look, the 8's all the way down here, right? Like we might come down a little bit, kiss the 8 and then take off. We might continue off. Overall, I am liking this stock for sure, right? I'm just not too sure if I'm maybe being a little extra sensitive because of that 71 RSI. But overall, the weekly is pretty much saying that we should want to come to at least 340, give or take, right? Because we've broken these ones. And really, okay, let me take a step back. We have just broken 3 moving averages on one single candle. This is going to be an important week, and honestly, I'm hoping by Friday we come to 311. I think that's a really important thing to do by Friday to make me actually believe that we've taken all 3 of these lines, okay? I like that. It does look like we've ooh, interesting. Okay, give me a second. What did you close at? You closed at 289. What did you close at? 289. What did you close at? 289. Oh my gosh, do you see that? Look at this thing. Let me just draw this line right there. Boom, boom, boom. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. Oh man, I think this is going to be a really important week. And like I said, I think the goal is going to be 311 by Friday. All right. Really quick, I for sure saw a bunch of people sending me $8 targets on nano dimensions. Look, we do not put any weight on targets. All right. My targets, it's ironic because I'm telling you, don't listen to targets while I give you targets, right? Like my targets are based on a daily and a weekly chart. You know what my time frames are when I'm giving you my numbers. The analyst that gave that $8 target on Nano, was he or she looking at a year? Was he or she looking at 6 months? Was he or she looking at the end of the year, only like a couple months? Like, what's your timeline? I have no idea, right? So that's really why I always say, look, don't listen to those, all right? Unless you know the chart that you're looking at, timelines matter a lot with targets, all right? Like I can give any stock a $60 target, right? Over the next 5 years though, who cares about that, right? So for me, again, what I really like is we've broken all the moving averages. MACD looks good. RSI actually doesn't look too bad. One thing I want to see, okay, so there are not a lot of sustained high RSIs. We get really high, like that looks like a high now, 85, and then just drop hard down, right? This one seems moderately, and that's not even that high. Man, these things like don't even get that high, 79, like it barely touches 80 and then falls, right? So the RSIs are not one to stay high and stay sustained. Ooh, that was a little hard to say, but again, just look how long it's been under all the moving averages, all right? This stock knows how to fly when it's over it, and I like knowing that, right? So hopefully that's what we start doing here, but you can see a whole mess of time under the moving averages, but when it can make the move, it knows how, right? So I think that's the goal that we're looking for, and let me see if there's any other lines I can draw. Man, there's not a lot of horizontals. I'll at least say that. Like, that's obviously an easy one to draw. I'll take the bottom of it too. That's an easy one to draw. I don't really see myself drawing one in the middle of that. Even this, like, maybe is worth something, but like it's not crazy horizontal. I think these are my lines. I think this is actually what I'm really comfortable drawing. Is there anything in the week? Oh man, look at that. That actually really lines up pretty well to the weekly as well. So yeah, I like this. I think this is a pretty good 1-2 for NNDM. So cool. Hey, let me know what you think. Otherwise, as always, I very much appreciate your time.